Trying to sign into YouTube, guys. Having a bit of a problem here. Give me just a second. Stand by. Sorry about this. It opened up in some weird channel. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I think I've got it now. Here we are. Okay. Oh, God. What was that all about? I don't know. Vicky's Olo Excellence. Hey, hello, Howard. Good day, everybody. And let's see what's going on the chart here. Just had a little bit of trouble getting logged into YouTube. Sorry about the delay. So here we are, Monday, after a wild Friday with non-farm payrolls. I hope everybody was able to take advantage of that fantastic move. Let's just go over and have a look at that. Whoa, 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 whoa! Look at that. Non-farm payrolls came out right here on this candle. So you could just go short anywhere, actually. It lasted for like 3 hours, 4 hours. Yeah, 4 hours it lasted. Amazing. Dropped from 44.65. Finally got down to 43.09. $160 move or something like that. Wow. So I hope you were able to profit on that. Those of you down under, I know it's difficult to trade that time of the day, but it was a good move. It was an excellent move. So we're looking at gold XAU USD on the 10-minute time frame, and we've had quite a move today with the opening of Asia this morning. This is pre-Tokyo here, and then Tokyo carried it on up to our Asia high today, which is 43.53. And then it fell down to came down and took out the previous day low from Friday. And that was just a liquidity grab, as you can see on the chart here. And then it moved back up. And then it came back down. And then it moved back up. And now it's coming back down. So since this initial move here with Singapore and Shanghai opening, it's just been a roller coaster. But this was a good move here. I got up early today expecting to see some kind of opportunity, and I did. So I went short on this candle here. The trend line was across like this, and I went short on this candle here. Had some good profit this morning, about 4 hours ago. And Howard has had some unsuccessful trades, I think, today. Not sure why. If you want to share that with us in the chart, that'd be great. Oh man, what do we got here? Big drop. This is my 12:30 drop, my Tokyo lunch run drop we're seeing now. And I got excited there, but you don't need to get too excited. Hey, let me see what I did. Oh, I have screwed that up. Anyway, I'm just talking to myself here. Oh, what's going on? Expand that chart a little. I saw this, what I was excited about. I saw this coming down. Uh, we had this break of the trend line here, and I took a small trade on that one. I had my stop loss right about in here somewhere, just a tight stop loss. And then now it's gone down into profit. Just jumped over to MT5. I saw a good profit and I closed the trade. Actually wanted to leave it open, but I saw that it was in good profit already, so I closed the trade. Not the right thing to do because this is probably going to keep going down, right? Anybody agree with that? Disagree? Talk to me, guys. I talk to myself all the time, but and I don't mind that. I have some pretty good conversations most of the time. Oh, I know why I got excited. On the MT5, I'm looking now. I got the 1 minute chart. I didn't realize I was on the 1 minute chart. That always gives me a heart attack. I really don't like to look at the 1 minute chart. I don't know why I was looking at that. M5 is okay. 5 minute chart's okay, but not the 1 minute. It's too wide. So anyway, I had a little bit of a profit on that. That's okay. So back to the analysis. And what are we looking at? I'm expecting lower prices, guys. Uh, the non-farm payrolls on Friday, that was very strong data for the U.S. economy, strong job market, and that means they're probably looking at increasing the interest rate later this year, and that's good for currency, but it's bad for gold. And so, pretty much, the market has given up on the idea of having any lower interest rates or interest rate cuts. That's pretty much vanished, that concept. And especially if we look at the geopolitical situation, let's look at oil. Well, skyrocketed up to $94 this morning because they're still shooting at each other over there in the Middle East, still blasting those missiles off, and Lebanon, Israel, the U.S., Iran. Oh my God. So oil is likely to continue up to higher prices today, and that means gold will go down to lower prices today. Let's have a look at the DXY, the US dollar. Okay, that's really been a lot of whiplash here during the day. It did get up pretty high earlier. It's gone down now, but now going back up. Going up and gold is going down. That's all normal. There we go. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That really came. No surprise, really, for lower prices on gold. No surprise. 15-minute, three white engulfing candles. 15-minute, three white. You use black and white on your chart, I presume, Howard. Three white engulfing candles on the 15-minute chart. Oh, let's look at the 15-minute chart. Three white engulfing candles. Okay. Hmm. Three white engulfing. Don't quite know what you're referring to there. In the last few minutes or what? Oh, you were talking about some other chart. Hey, Raj, welcome, guy. Okay. White. You like white. Okay. Yeah, I just use the standard red and green. Yeah, get back to gold. Look at that. Boom. Sinking like a ship with a hole in it. What did I tell you guys last week? About Monday, I think last week. I said, watch for 43.80. And what did it go to on Friday? It dropped below that. And we were a long way from that on Monday last week. But it had to fill that gap, and it did. So the next gap is 41.05. That's the next point of attack. 41.05. Hard to believe, but it will go there. Mm. Yeah, the Tokyo lunch run is killing it, eh? They're killing it. Hmm. Oh boy. Anybody got a trade open? Did anybody go short here? There was no bid at all on Friday. Everyone was selling. If you made money on the long side, that would have been pretty hard to do on Friday. Yeah, on Friday after the non-farm payrolls, it would just sell anywhere. Just go short and come back on Monday. Is what happened. You said something about his weak job market. Is that good for gold or bad for gold? And what I was saying was, I look at the number, and if there's a huge difference between the forecast and the actual, then you're going to have a huge impact. And the difference between the forecast and actual was mind-boggling. It was really totally unexpected. So it was really a no-brainer right from the get-go. Just go short, and that lasted for 4 hours. Usually, I'm usually cautious about the news. I look at the number and see if there's much difference between the forecast and the actual. If there's not much difference, then there won't be much impact. Yeah, big bounce now. We're getting a liquidity sweep. It looks like we've already done that once in the early on in the Asian market. Well, we're still in the Asian market, but in the Singapore Shanghai bit, they came down, took out the previous day low, and now they're doing another sweep. Well, probably not retrace the whole thing, but you never know. On this sweep here, they did retrace all of it and then went up just a little bit. So anything can happen. Anything is possible. Yeah, short is good. Short is good, but just can you get in at a good price? That's the question. And before you came in, Raj, I was saying I had this break. Where was it? Right here. I got in short here because it did break my trend line. I didn't wait till it closed because I'm biased. My bias is bearish. So after about nearly closed, then it went back up real quick. But I did take a short trade. I put my stop loss right there, and then I saw it making this massive move, and I got too excited and I closed it before I had a could have had a huge amount of profit. But I closed it with profit, a good profit, but I closed it too quick. That's what we all do, eh? You see the profit there. You don't want to give it back, and it can easily just go right back and then take you out. So that's just a common problem that we all have is letting the profits run. But I was just going live and I saw this big move and then I looked over at MT5 and there's good profit there. So I made a knee jerk reaction and closed the trade too early. But the bias is bearish. Yeah, we're going to see lower prices for sure. Where do you get in? Where's a good price to get in? Let's look at oil right quick. Yeah, oil is going to the moon again today. Maybe go up to $100. They're all shooting at each other again over there in the Middle East. So just adjust my trend lines a little bit here. And well, that one's not valid anymore. And this one can come down to here. Now, what do we got? That was from 43.11 down to, oh, I don't know. Am I still here? I'm trying to come back. Mm, okay, yeah, I think I'm back. Sorry about that. You guys know my internet it sucks. Basically, is all I can say. Okay, Howard, yeah, thanks for that. And yeah, still something, but we don't want to, that's not a habit that I like to, kind of a mistake that I like to make on a regular basis. You're only going to achieve financial success if you let your profit run, because there will be losses. If you keep, $50, $100, $200, and you're losing $400, $500, well, that's just mathematically impossible to ever be successful. So the key to successful trading is learning to let those profits run. Crude looks like it's poised for a breakout. Yeah, that's right. Spot on. Go back over here and look at oil again. 92, 93. Yeah, got up to 94 this morning, like it does, when the market first opens over there in New Zealand. And the DXY is probably still going up. Yeah, 42.88. And our low today is 42.68. So it's not going to wipe out. It's not going to take out this whole thing that big short that we gained on that we saw. But what it's doing is pretty typical. When you get a big move like that, like a $40 move, it has to retrace, doesn't it? It has to pull back, and then it will go again. Even on Friday in the non-farm payrolls, it kept doing that, but it never gave all of that back. It just kept taking and taking and taking. So here we are still short. So it's probably okay to go short here. I'm not suggesting or recommending you do that, and I won't, because I've had two good trades today already. I want to be very, very careful with all of this volatility and huge jumps that we're seeing. I want to be absolutely sure when I take a trade. And here in between my trend lines, that's, as you know, that's for me, that's not a trade setup. Well, I got two trend lines there. I can get rid of that one. Okay. Oh, no, that wasn't a trend line. That's a support level. Okay. Yeah, that's the pivot point support level just below the trend line at 42.68. So yeah, they're taking a rest now. Tokyo Lunch Run, they kind of did their thing already. Isn't that something? The 12:30 candle. What a beauty. As I've told you before, you can set your watch. 12:30. Oh, usually, 8 out of 10 times, it's a good move. 12:30 my time. Okay, let me look over at the 5-minute chart and see what I got. Hmm. It might come back up to okay. It might come back up to 4,300. That's now resistance. That psychological number 4300 is now resistance. The main resistance. So it might just pull back up there before it goes down again. And the 5 minute chart looking a little bit bullish. What was my? Oh yeah. Hmm. Yeah, sometimes it starts 30 minutes earlier, but half past the hour is pretty reliable. 300. What do you mean 300? What, Roger? Raj? I said resistance at 4300. Our major resistance, that psychological number. But you couldn't break below that here earlier today, but now in the Tokyo lunch run, it's managed to break below that. Yeah, yeah, that's the breakdown area. So it could come back up and just retest that. Would surprise me. Doesn't look like it wants to though. I be curious to see what Europe does when they open in about 10 minutes. Gold is bearish, no question about that. Nobody would argue with that. Just find a good place to go short without getting whacked. Like, this looks kind of similar to what we had over here, big drop like that. So you go short right in here, then you get whacked. Or if you got a big stop loss. Yeah, well, just be patient, buddy. Sit on your hands. Market makers, what's in the street. But it's not easy. It's easy to say, but it's not easy to do. I know. Just try taking a few deep breaths. That's what I do. I take 3 or 4 deep breaths when I'm getting all jittery. Take 3 or 4 deep breaths, and that will help to put a gap between what you're thinking and your reaction. It'll calm me down. Nah, it's must have been listening to you, Raj. It was listening to you. 42.95. Hmm. Oh, good job, Howard. You've been watching it for hours. 4304.5. 4304.5. Trying to put my line on there. Okay. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Mm-hmm. Waiting for a break below that, and you got it. Yep. I thought I was going to get that same thing on this candle. That's where I went short, and then it tried to it tried to make me panic. It came up a little bit, and then Tokyo Lunch Run kicked in, and we both got that good trade, that good move, that $40 move. Although I didn't get $40, that would have been amazing. I would have signed out of the stream and went and had steak dinner. No, I'm just joking. It's these are we see the potential here, right? But to actually be in the right place at the right time is always nice. And sometimes we don't see that coming, and we're not prepared for it, and it just runs off and leaves us in the dust. Can't see trades in chat. Teacher posted. Yeah, next closing day is Juneteenth. Today is the what's today? Today's the So we got 11 more days before next stock market holiday. What's the stock market do? Haven't looked at that in a long time. Nasdaq. Oh, okay. Nasdaq fell to the bottom of the ocean on Friday. Okay. And what about these other ones? The Dow Jones, what did it do? Same thing. S&P 500. Oh, S&P 500 went up on Friday, but it's going down today. Oh, the yields. Mm, getting pretty high, 4.58 interest rate. I just look at that once in a while. I don't follow those things. Well, you're not going to get your retrace. I don't think so. Got another 3 minutes on this candle. It's just setting up a new price structure here, and then probably going to break below that. Our next minor support level would be 4250, and the next major level 4200. Oh, man, look at the oil. Already $93. I think we might see $100 on oil today. I wish that war would be over. Don't we all? I think that was as close as we got. Is that different to CL contract? What is CL? WTI is oil. On my chart, WTI is US oil spot. Same thing as WTI USD. And you can see it there. WTI light sweet crude oil CFD. Depends on what broker it's on. They sometimes have different names. I think Alex from India, he has a broker that calls it XTI USD. Search CL on Tradingview. Okay. Let's see what we get. Oh, CBOE, Chicago Board of Equities, I think it stands for. CAC. I don't see anything. What am I looking for? Oh, of course.
1 p.m.
Of course. Oh, crude oil futures. Uh-huh. Well, it's the same, but it's not. This is futures, and I'm looking at CFD. But as far as I know, it's the same as the same thing, same product. They've got another one that they call Brent crude, which is slightly different from WTI. Okay, you can go back and look at that. You got me on a you got me on an Easter egg hunt here, Raj. Okay, look at that chart. And where is it? On the 10-minute chart. Okay. Oh, okay. Let's get back and look at gold, see what's happening there. Okay, there we go. Yeah, 4304. Ah, it did, didn't it? And it did it on the European Open. Mm-hmm. How far up will they come? That going to bounce off of the trend line, or is that just going to break through and keep going? Europe Europe opened up and they said, "Hey, go buy." So let's hope that Howard took some of his profit. 43.06. And I can move my Asia low now. I've been kind of slow to do that. Hmm. So it has given all of that back. Almost. This entire $40 run is almost gone. Looks like it's going to bounce off of the trend line there. But I have to wait for that to finish, don't I? Another 7 minutes. But that looks like a bounce from the trend line. Some people trade this trend line as a bounce. I've told you before. They'll see that and go short here, and then it bounces and goes lower. One guy in our group does that, but I trade the break, not the bounce. I mean, you can trade both if you want. I guess you could say I'm not ambidextrous. Yeah, I can tell you right now, if that guy in our group, Ago, sometimes he's on YouTube, if he was watching this, he would already be going short. And it looks like the play to make. And the thing is about doing the bounce, you put your stop loss right here above the safety line. It's a tight stop loss. What are we at? 43.04. But I'm tempted to take this short trade right here. But if I don't wait till the candle close, I always get burned. I know it would be a tight stop loss. 4,300 now, and the stop loss would be at 43.16. So $16 stop loss. It's not that tight of a stop loss. I gotta wait till the candle closes, guys. I always get burned if I take it before the candle closes. So, did you guys have a good weekend? I had a pretty relaxing weekend. I went to the movie I told you, Masters of the Universe, and it was okay. A little bit too long, 2 hours and 20 minutes. There was a few parts in there they could have left out, but otherwise it was okay. Back to the 43.04 stalling point. Yep. Now 4,300. Now broken. Now coming back below 4,300. As we said, it might, and it did, and now it's very likely to continue its move to lower prices. right on 4,300, 4301. And US oil, kind of going noise right now. Still 4,300. That's your price there, Raj. Are you going to go short? I mean, if you're going to go short, that's up to you. Don't listen to me. I'm just asking. I had two good trades today, so that's all the excitement that that I want for this morning. I'll be back in the New York session. Okay. Well, post in the group and let me know how it works out. 4302. That's strong resistance. Hey, this level here is strong resistance, psychological resistance. They've broken below that, and I think very likely to continue to lower prices. Oh, by the way, you see, I've told you guys before, the broker I use is Tickmill, and if you want to join me in the same broker, it's rickrayfx.com/Tickmill, and you can trade gold 24/7. I've never seen a broker do that. CFDs, gold spot, 24/7. And I was watching it on the weekends. It's only on MT5, so if you do get an account, be sure you get an MT5 account. 24/7, and it does move. I was like, wow, surprised to see that. Never seen that before. And I don't know if you want to trade Saturday and Sunday or not. I kind of enjoy the days off, but it's low volume, and so the spreads are pretty high. But it's there if you want to trade it. Yeah, you can swing trade it. Yeah, sure. It's just like it's like some brokers have crypto that you can trade 24/7. You know, anytime you want, hold it as long as you want, that sort of thing. I just didn't know that was possible with gold. So somebody is trading it on Saturday and Sunday. But again, the volume is low, so the spread is high. So you'd have to be careful with your entry and exit and the time that you trade it. But you might want, if you're interested in looking at it, still at 4303. Okay, guys, I'm going to shut down for today. Thank you all for being here. I really appreciate it. It's been great chatting with you. It's been a fun session, and I hope you have a good day of trading wherever you are. And don't forget, post in the group. Let us know what you're doing. Let's build up the chat, build up the community in the Telegram group. And I'll see you again same time tomorrow.